When introduced in 2009, the LS9 made more power than any GM production engine before it, small or big block. But we're constantly in pursuit of more horsepower, right? And yes, you can easily unlock more horsepower from the already potent 638 horsepower LS9. In this video, we'll show you how to do it. But first, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on our latest content. You'll also want to check out our past videos covering project builds, how-to, vehicle features, and so much more. Before we get into our LS9 upgrade blueprint, let's talk about what makes this engine great. As we mentioned, the LS9 throws down 638 horsepower right from the factory. Along with that power comes 604 foot-pounds of torque. That's a lot of performance packed into a relatively compact engine that weighs only 531 pounds in stock form. This engine was just made for performance, and it didn't come with the AFM or VVT built in either. So exactly how can you get more power and performance from this LS legend? As with other engines, LS9 upgrades usually start with bolt-ons, tuning, and blower upgrades, which can collectively create an additional 100 horsepower off the rip. So let's start with the easy bolt-on power. We'd recommend you start with a tune. Speak with an established tuner with access to a chassis dyno. At the very least, they can help you choose a programmer they have experience with. A good tune can deliver up to 40 additional horsepower on a stock engine. Plus, any significant upgrade will require retuning the computer anyway. In terms of true bolt-ons, the usual suspects will create more power. Think cold air intakes, headers, an aftermarket exhaust, or cooler thermostat. The next step on our list of LS9 upgrades is to upgrade the Supercharger. The LS9 came with a 2.3-liter R2300 TVS Eaton Supercharger, the largest blower to be fitted to a production car in the modern era. It is a 2.32 drive ratio and is fed by an 87mm throttle body. With stock pulleys, the blower spins at 15,800 RPM at redline, but you can boost that even higher with a pulley swap. Just remember, spinning it harder will absolutely deliver more horsepower, but that comes with more heat and the potential need for more octane. If you only change the upper pulley, you can still get away with premium pump gas, but if you change both pulleys, you'll need an octane booster. To combat the additional heat from the pulley swap, you can add a larger heat exchanger, an ice intercooler tank, or water methanol injection kit. Even nitrous would help cool things off. Here are a few other possible upgrades to the 2.3-liter Supercharger. A larger blower snout can be added to accommodate larger throttle bodies, including those 102mm and larger. You can even go as far as porting the Supercharger to reduce air restrictions and free up more power. We've addressed the air portion of the combustion process. Now for the fuel part. LSA and LS9 engines share the same injectors and dual fuel pumps. These injectors effectively max out around 65 psi. They're rated at 52 pounds at 58 psi and are good to about 600 horsepower at the wheels. Keep in mind, boost works against rail pressure, so pressure across the injector is lower at high boost. The stock dual fuel pumps are good to about 650 horsepower at the wheels. The fuel pumps are controlled by a module that increases fuel pressure relative to boost. They start at 36 psi at idle and ramp up to 87 psi at high RPM and full throttle. External fuel pumps can be plumbed to work in line with the factory pumps. Using a signal from the map sensor, they know when extra capacity is needed, and the map sensor will turn the pump on during periods of high load. Supercharged engines love alcohol for cooling, and the LS9 is no different. There are bolt-on E85 flex fuel kits that serve as a plug-and-play solution. The programmer will allow you to unlock and populate the tables required to adjust fuel and timing to the alcohol percentage in the fuel. Next up, let's talk about top-end upgrades. The LS9 cylinder heads are upgraded versions of the LS3 heads. They're made from an A356T6 alloy for extra strength and have titanium intake valves and sodium-filled exhaust valves. One downside is the addition of a flow vane in the intake port. While it helps emissions and idle stability, it comes at the expense of top-end power. This can be removed by CNC porting, and improvements of 70 CFM are common after doing so. Aftermarket cylinder heads are another option. These heads will flow even better than ported stock heads and have thicker deck surfaces to withstand more boost. Now, let's talk cam swaps. The LS9 cam is one of the better cams from the factory, but there is still a lot more power to be had. Larger aftermarket cams can add up to 75 horsepower, and going as high as 0.63 inches of valve lift is also common and works well with the factory rockers. Upgrading the camshaft will require matching valve springs, Titanium retainers are also recommended. The LS9 was chock full of good stuff from the factory. We're talking 9.1-to-1 compression, dished forged pistons, 12mm head bolts, honed deck plate, and dry sump oiling. So, how can you improve on its already stellar design? With more cubic inches, of course. You can go with an aftermarket stroker crank, but you'll need the dry sump snout and a 9-bolt rear flange to remain compatible with the accessory drive. The cylinders are usually honed 0.005 inches oversize and in 0.005 increments after that. This keeps the walls thick enough to support boost. A 4-inch stroke crankshaft will also increase displacement. The factory LS9 block was made from 319 T7 material. It had a unique part number because of the main caps, honing process, fasteners, and other factors. Even with the bigger head bolts that came with the engine, when you're getting into the 1200 plus horsepower territory, cylinder heads can lift from pressure spikes. No problem though, because you can find a 6 head bolt per cylinder aftermarket block. Those are our step-by-step recommendations for making an already great engine even greater. And that's what hot rodding is all about, right?